What's going on, everybody? Molino here, the synthesizer of opinions. Real quick, I gotta kind of apologize for the weird setup. Welcome to my new home. I have no idea where to film here yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one at my desk and get this video out because I have a really exciting video to share with you guys. The number one best thing about each of the 30. I saw 30 concerts at Day and Night Festival over in Anaheim, California. This took place at Angel Stadium. You know about Angel Stadium. It's the one where they play the baseballs. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on 30 cool things that happened at 30 cool concerts. The first person I'm going to talk about does actually need an introduction. That's Mattox. Mattox is a 12-year-old white fidget spinning rapper from Philly. He's awesome. And the best thing about his show, other than the fact that he was just there, was the fact that he threw out free fidget spinners, baby. Free motherfucking fidget spinners for the crowd. I unfortunately did not get one. R&B singer, pretty new wave R&B singer, 24-hour set, was honestly just okay, but he has a new song out with Wiz Khalifa and Ty Dolla $ign, and it's called What You Like, and that was probably the best point of the concert. He also brought Made in Tokyo out, which was cool. Niels and Bighead, a production duo that you probably have not really heard of yet, but they're on the rise to a degree, and they were doing a DJ set, which was somewhat entertaining. But the weirdest part, I'm not even going to say the best part, was Bighead, who is kind of this Lil Pump light looking dude, real drug looking, tried to give out some cocaine to a festival goer, as if it was like, a free fidget spinner or something like that. Father was an awesome show. I really appreciated the very lighthearted, kind of funny, kind of weird, just like his music, atmosphere, semi-unprofessional atmosphere as well. He was just kind of up there with a bottle of Jameson, just kind of rattling off these songs, and it's almost like everything that I wanted going into this show. After that, I caught a little bit of the Made in Tokyo set, which also, in my opinion, was just kind of a mess show. Well, on the flip side, he brought 24 Hours out and did a song with 24 Hours, and I thought that was cool. But I didn't stay for too long because I had to get to the Kamaya show, which was fantastic. She has a very energetic performance style. She had backup dancers, sick backup dancers with her, very Missy Elliott-esque. And, her music just in general is meant to be danced to. And this show wasn't super big. There weren't a ton of people around. She did draw a crowd, but not a huge one. So there was room to dance. So overall, it was just really fun. And then after the show, Kamaya gave everyone free Chick-fil-A. Famous Dex stripped down to his underwear and performed part of his set. Khalid was there, which was pretty cool. His set was actually nothing too special, to be honest, but I did enjoy hearing his vocals live in comparison to what they sound like on record. And it's all about the tone of his voice. He doesn't have a crazy range, but the tone of his voice, it's maintained very well as he kind of goes up and down in volume. Chief Keef did a surprise set, and I guess I gotta say that was the best part, that it was a surprise and it was Chief Keef. Also, he brought Mattox out. Travis Scott was the headliner for the first night, and the best thing about his show was twofold. One, his notorious level of energy, but to sustain that infectious, insane amount of energy as you're suspended above the stage on a flying eagle is pretty impressive. Moving on to day 2, Ugly God. I had missed his performance, but I did hear that he was shooting money into the crowd via a Supreme money gun. 2 Supreme money guns. Rich Chica was the first person that I actually got to see on the second day, and the set was pretty good. The best part about it was this t-shirt that I got. Look at that. Playboi Carti was an impressively lit show. It drew one of the biggest crowds that I saw all weekend long, and he was kind of early on in the day on the second day. So he wasn't a headliner, but the crowd was big and the crowd was really excited to see him. SZA showed up. Her set was great. Her vocals were on point. She killed the show. Again, this was a very big show, so one of the best things about it was the sense of intimacy that was maintained throughout her performance. She did a great job of maintaining that very normal girl attitude and persona that I'm sure is very realistic, and she's just down to earth, but she did a good job portraying that to the crowd. After that, I saw Roy Woods, and Roy Woods was okay. Honestly, I have more negative things to say about this show than I do positive things. The best thing about his show was him performing Go On Pick Up Yourself. Smino was on one of the side stages, and one of the best things about the Smino show was Smino. His energy, his level of charisma, and his stage presence all are very, very good. It's really impressive that someone on the come up like he is has a grasp of performing on a stage in the way that he does. But yeah, Kodak Black. The best thing about the Kodak Black show, actually I will amend this to the funniest thing that happened at the Kodak Black show, because he did perform a decent set. At the end, or towards the end, Kodak tried to go over his set time, and the stage manager was not having it. He cut his mic, and Kodak Black got pissed off, threw the microphone, and left. And that was the end of the set. It ended it all very abruptly. Also, side note, he brought out PNB Rock, who also performed that day. Pretty cool. Lil Uzi Vert did a decent set. Honestly, nothing too special to talk about. He brought Mattox out. Chance the Rapper. Man, what wasn't the best thing about the Chance the Rapper show? It wasn't like there was a beginning, a middle, and an end where there's this big rise and fall, and you know, this song is really exciting and there's these kind of highs and low points. No, it was like watching fireworks in the sense that you're oohing and awing at pretty much everything that you see. Sir is one of the TDE label mates, one of the lesser known for sure, also one of the newest. And I have yet to really check out his music up until this concert, so I guess the best part of it was hearing the music and, you know, liking it. He has a nice, even, well-rounded style. He has good lyrics, he has good beats, has a very professional sound to him. Young Pinch, if you listen to this guy's music, fuck you. This guy sucked. Princess Nokia was a well-coordinated set with a nice set list. I actually have more criticisms to this concert than I thought I would going into it, but she did a lot of forgetting her lyrics, which I thought was kind of surprising, and also just kind of a lot of leaving the backtrack vocals playing as she's just kind of walking around the stage doing whatever. Which may be in part to her forgetting vocals again, but also, you know, we come to watch you when we perform, not you on, you know, extra dope speakers. But overall, solid show. After that was the group SOB, which was one that I was not aware of, but being in Los Angeles and a lot of people coming from the Bay, they were in the house and people knew who they were and were excited to see them. I would say the best thing about their performance and just them in general was one guy, and that was The Boy, which is a terrible rap name, but he was, in my opinion, the most exciting out of them. He had the moments where people were most notably quoting his lyrics and kind of riding along with him as he rapped, and he just kind of had this swag and this presence amongst the stage that a lot of the other guys didn't have. It's about 4 or 5 guys in this group. Russ came out and performed, which I don't listen to a lot of Russ, but the best thing about his show was this t-shirt that he was wearing that says, "How much Zans and leans do you have to do before you realize you're a fucking loser?" And damn, yeah, exactly. 21 Savage came out and gave the crowd some $21 bills. I would say the most impressive thing about his show was actually the emphasis that he put on his lyrics, because, as you know, we all know, 21 Savage he's not a lyrical rapper, right? But his lyrics do actually impact his songs a lot. They are ones that people like to recite. They can be strange, they can be kind of funny, they can be very just like, wow, he said that, and he took some moments to emphasize those lyrics. And he did some a cappella sets to some of his songs, and I think he capitalized on something that a lot of people like about 21 Savage and don't even necessarily realize. Metro Boomin was a cool set because it was very prolific. It was hit after hit after hit after hit, because Metro Boomin has made hit after hit after hit after hit. So that was probably the best part about it, was that it was just front to back lit. Isaiah Rashad performed, and I didn't get to catch much of his set, but what I did catch was an insane amount of energy coming from him on stage, screaming these tracks. And a lot of his songs are sleepy and somber and dreary and, you know, at times even kind of depressed. And to turn these kinds of songs, to like metamorphosize them into these concert bangers was really cool to watch. And, you know, the crowd bit into it quite a lot. Kendrick Lamar was the man of the hour for the third night of the festival and just the festival in general. And let me just say, TDE was in the house for Day and Night Fest. Like I said, Sir was there, SZA was there, Isaiah Rashad, and finally we top things off with K-Dot. Now, to be entirely honest, the last 2 times I've seen Kendrick Lamar, I've actually been semi-underwhelmed with the level of performance that we get on his albums being insane. The performances are always good, but they're just not quite up to par with what I hear imagined, created, and, you know, put out on these albums. Well, finally things come around for me on this performance, and I think it's largely in part to the set list that is so well thought out. I think it kind of helps that my opinions on the most recent Kendrick Lamar album are a little bit lower in comparison to the others, and the performance that he did after this album was a little bit better than the ones I saw previously. But that dynamic of things doesn't really matter all that much because the performance standalone in itself was stellar. So yeah, that was Day and Night Festival 2017, Anaheim, California, Angel Stadium, Dev Del Molino, in a motherfucking nutshell. Make sure you reach back into my channel and check out some of my reviews. Recently, we've been talking Lil Uzi Vert, we've been talking Tyler the Creator, we've been talking Amine, and yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I appreciate y'all as always. Make sure to check in with your boy every once in a while, and remember, art without favor is like a windmill without wind. Dev Del Molino, out.